Hey everybody, welcome to JLB Sports TV. I am Justin Block and welcome to this week's edition of Fan Friday. Last week we did not have a Fan Friday because I was busy putting together that fabulous Boston documentary about LFC having their match at Fenway Park against Roma in Boston. Check that out down below in a link if you haven't seen it already. And let's get on to the questions. This first question is from Philip Krusoraski. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. He submitted this via Facebook. Question for Fan Friday, should Liverpool sign Marco Bueno after completing his trial? Well, if I'm not mistaken, Marco Bueno completed his trial, was it last summer? And then he signed a pre-contract to join Liverpool this summer. I haven't heard anything on Marco Bueno like months, so I don't know what the deal is with him. I assume that because there's a new management in, new sporting director and whatnot, that Marco Bueno will not be joining Liverpool. Again, I'm just assuming that. I don't know for sure. If you, as the viewers, have any updates or info on Marco Bueno, please let me know. I can't really say if he's a great player or not. He impressed in the Mexican League for that, whatever that's worth. If I think he was the next Chicharito, he'd be in Liverpool right now. But if you guys have any info on Marco Bueno, please let me know because I don't right now. Another question, have you ever been to Anfield? No, I have never been to Anfield, but next semester in spring 2013, I plan on studying abroad in London and then, you know, eventually making my pilgrimage up to Anfield for a game. Do you think that Jordan Henderson deserves a starting spot next season when he was undescribably awful last year? Yes, he does, and no, he was not undescribably awful. I actually got into it with this fan on the YouTube video in the comment section for a while. Jordan Henderson is a quality player. He was very misused last year. He started the year as a right midfielder when, you know, he's never played really right midfielder in his life. He's a central midfielder. And then finally when we had the injuries to Gerrard and Lucas and whoever else in midfield, Jordan Henderson was finally employed as a central midfielder, and then you could definitely say that he began to shine. If you look at the first Jordan Henderson highlight video, you see when you type in Jordan Henderson highlights on YouTube, his first year in LFC shirt, it shows proof that he's not gonna make the flashy pass all the time. He's not gonna have the Hollywood ball. He's not gonna, you know, strike the ball from 30 yards. He's not the flashiest player, but he's one of the smartest players I believe Liverpool have. If you look at the article I presented down below, the website EPL Index actually did a review of Jordan Henderson's advanced metrics of last season. They found that he has a lot to be desired defensively on the ball, but as a recycler, somebody that's good at retaining possession, somebody who's going to help hold the ball up and make, you know, a good pass to advance the ball in the final third, he's your guy. So I suggest you check that article out. I believe Jordan Henderson and Steven Gerrard will be the central midfield pair in Rodgers' system, with Lucas obviously playing a defensive midfield role. Joe Allen, when he comes, and it seems like every single day he's getting closer to coming to Liverpool, will compete with Jordan for that spot right there. I think Joe Allen might slot ahead of Jordan Henderson at the onset just because he's more familiar with Rodgers' system and he can help settle everybody. But I think Jordan Henderson is a much technically more gifted player. And with all the games this season, we have the 2 cups and the horribly long Europa League as well as the season. Joe Allen and Jordan Henderson will both get time, sort of that recycler, passer role in Rodgers' system, with Gerrard as the creator and Lucas as the defensive holder. So yes, in short, I think Jordan Henderson deserves a starting spot next season. I really tip him to blossom. Here's another one. Do LFC need a backup LB, or should they integrate Jack Robinson into the first squad? I believe left back was one of the positions I cited a couple months ago in one of my season wrap-up videos as a position of need, and although, you know, it's not the most pressing matter for Liverpool, I still think they need another striker, they need a defensive midfielder, and they need a pacey winger first and foremost. If Liverpool eventually, you know, get all those guys and have the luxury of being able to obtain a backup left back, I'd be all for it. But then again, Glenn Johnson has actually proved that he's better defensively on the right. I think we're all comfortable with Martin Kelly playing at right back. So should Enrique go down, I'd be very comfortable with Johnson left back and Martin Kelly filling in at right back. So again, left back, that's not a pressing need really, it's more of a luxury purchase for Liverpool at this point. Here's another interesting question. Why did Liverpool never go after black/African players? I think that's kind of untrue. We had Babel, we have Raheem Sterling, we have other African American or black players in the reserve team that I saw playing for them this preseason. I don't remember their names, but they're there, they're in the academy. Honestly, looking at the squad right now, you could probably say the same thing. Well, why don't Liverpool go after Asian players? Why don't they go after Eastern European players? Why don't they go after American players? I don't really have an answer for you. It's not really a racial thing, as I think the question implies. It's just who Liverpool happens to sign. Liverpool have a rich history of signing black players. John Barnes in particular, Heskey also. So it's not like Liverpool have not had black players in the past. Do you have Skype? Yes, I do have Skype. My Skype name is Justin.block9. the title below right here should show it. I'm not really on Skype often, but if you add me, I will add you back in Skype, and I'd be very willing to communicate with you guys on Skype. So feel free to add me and chat with me whenever I happen to be on. Here's a question: would you like to see Michael Owen back in an LC shirt? I know I would. He's my all-time favorite, right next to Stevie G. Well, I'd probably say you're the minority of fans when it comes to, you know, all-time favorite Liverpool players being Michael Owen. I mean, the man is just with Manchester United. Although he was great for Liverpool at this point in his career, I think he'd be lucky to land in the Premier League this season, so he's obviously not a player up to Liverpool quality. You live in NY. Have you ever met Spiderman? Winky face? I like the winky face. No, I've never met Spiderman ever, but I have seen a topless lady walking the streets. Yes, there is a lady in New York City during the summer who just walks around with her titties hanging out all the time. No bra, no shirt, you know, no disregard for human, no bra, no shirt, no regard for human life, just raw booby. So, I don't think I answered your question, but, yeah, that's it for Fan Friday this week. If you want to submit questions, submit them in the comment section down below on Facebook, facebook.com/JLBsportsTV. Hit me up on Twitter, either at JBlock49, my personal account, or on the new website/channel account at JLBsportsTV49. There's so many ways to get in contact with me. If you want a question, find a way, and you will have your question answered. So that's it for this week, guys. YNWA.